Hello, hello, hello. Happy Halloween, everyone. And welcome to Gold Diggers, a show where we discuss stories of leadership and motivation, with sports serving as a metaphor dedicated to daily grinders, corporate athletes, and go getters. And we're back for another live section. So if there's anything you'd like to say or ask, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. And I'm really hoping that all of you are going to remain safe from the wrath of Typhoon Raleigh or Typhoon Goni. I'm your host, Carlos Pineda, your resident box to box midfielder or point forward, transitioning from esports to football and vice versa. In the previous episode, we had Coach Noli Ayo, a maverick that took that leap of faith by traversing back to Mindanao after a brief coaching stint in Manila. From what started as a simple journey, ended up as an advocacy to develop the sporting culture in Mindanao through his ventures within Mindanao Peace Games and his role as a university athletic director of the Ateneo de Davao University. We learned a lot regarding micro-wins, the law of the few, and the importance of values and foundation. And I wouldn't be able to dig deep from his journey if it weren't for my fellow gold diggers. Let's welcome all of them, Simone, Relly, and Robbie.
Hi everyone, Simone here. Tonight we get to take a peek into the mindset of an Olympian of this generation. So stay tuned and dig together with us. Relly?
Thanks, Sim. Hi, guys. Again, welcome to the Gold Diggers. Happy you guys are tuning in. This ain't a Halloween edition special thing, Carlos, but good job on that one. But yeah, hoping that you guys will stay tuned because we have a very, very, very important guest right now. Rob?
Thanks, Relly. So super honored to have our next guest here, an inspiration to all Filipino sportsmen, Olympian Hidilyn Diaz. So stay tuned and feel free to post your comments and your reactions on our Facebook feed. Carlos?
It's a pleasure to have my fellow gold diggers in this show. But of course, we have to proceed to the main event. Introducing our guest. She is a three-time Olympian where she competed in Beijing in 2008, London in 2012, and most notably, Rio de Janeiro in 2016, where she won the silver medal, ending the Philippines' 20-year Olympic medal drought, thus becoming a source of pride for our country. A provider of dreams as seen when she established the Hidilyn Diaz Gym, where a majority of the youth prospects would end up in the Philippine national team. A symbol of hope when she wrote her book entitled Gintot Pila, where she encouraged the next generation to forge their own dreams. A loyal servant to the country as seen in her role as a sergeant in the Philippine Air Force. Without further ado, let's welcome Hidilyn Diaz.
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Hidilyn. It's a pleasure to have you in the show. And of course, it's a huge honor to be having an Olympian like you with a lot of accolades to be a part of this show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Carlos, sa magandang intro. Ngayon, okay ako. Okay naman, nakakapag-continue pa rin sa training. And sa ngayon, nasa Melaka ako at sa Malaysia ako.
Yeah, I mean, Hidilyn, alam natin na yung taong 2020 ay isang malaking trahedya. Kasi halos lahat tayo naapektuhan ng pandemya. Ikaw mismo naapektuhan na rin. Parang nagte-training ka na rin, pero most likely it's done online. So, Hidilyn, tanong ko lang, I mean, you've been having a very busy stint right now. I mean, sure, na-cancel mismo yung 2020 Tokyo Olympics at alam ko na isang malaking sakit yun, for all of us right now because we want to see you shine, pero most likely mapopostpone yan. At least there's some sort of optimistic hope na by 2021, mukhang babalik na. So, given na may masamang nangyari sa buhay nating lahat, tanong ko lang, ano ang ginagawa mo ngayon recently?
So ngayon, nandito kami sa Melaka. Kasi lockdown sa Malaysia, naghanap talaga kami ng paraan para ipagpatuloy pa rin yung training. So nandito kami for almost 3 weeks na. Kasi lockdown sa Kuala Lumpur. So training pa rin. Yung routine, ganun pa rin. So far, so good yung training. So, yung ginagawa ko is training and studying online.
Okay, so training and studying online. I mean, of course, kitang-kita ko na nga, Hidilyn. Busy-busy ka ngayon. Kahit may pandemya, tuloy pa rin ang laban. As in, nagbubuhat ka pa, stuff like this. And what I heard, Hidilyn, recently, nagwagi ka sa isang online or virtual weightlifting tournament. So kahit papaano, may source of productivity ka. So tanong ko lang, Hidilyn, dahil sa naranasan mo yung online experience na yon, meron bang pagkakaiba sa pag-compete sa isang online weightlifting event at sa isang live weightlifting event?
Sa totoo lang, ang daming pagkakaiba. Siyempre kasi email yun eh. Email, online tournament. So, isasend ko lang yung entries ko, kung ilan yung buhat ko. Unlike sa laro talaga, as in sa weightlifting, nasa platform ka, talaga grabe yung pressure. Dito parang, makuha mo, okay lang. Kasi parang hindi ganun kalaki yung impact. Pero yung maganda lang naman, after nung lockdown sa Malaysia, parang nagkaroon ako ng direction. Parang sabi ko, may laro. So, ginagawa ko na maayos yung training ko. Para pagdating sa laro, maganda yung performance ko.
Yep, kita natin ang ganda nga ng laro mo doon. Like, of course, iba nga ang karanasan mo kapag nasa live tournament ka. Parang, of course, iba rin yung preparations mo. Wala rin yung factor ng crowd effect mismo. So, of course, chances are baka mas maging maigi ang iyong concentration levels. Kasi, of course, konti lang yung audience na manonood sa'yo. Anyway, Hidilyn, nabalitaan ko nga na nag-aaral ka ngayon. Of course, business management ang kinukuha mo ngayon. So, and what I learned na medyo nahirapan ka sa pagbabalanse, of course, sa pagte-training mo, pati na rin sa pag-aaral mo. So, of course, yung business management degree mo, malamang may magandang aral na napulot ka doon. So, anong magandang aral na napulot mo habang ikay nag-aaral ng business management?
Syempre sa akin, ang dami kong natutunan sa eskwelahan. Syempre, business management kinukuha ko, how to manage the business, accounting, although mahirap, pero magandang matutunan yun eh. Lalo-lalo na pag gusto kong magkaroon ng business. Then, siguro sa about organization, like, ang organization kailangan may mission, vision, and kailangan may core values, mga ganun. Ang dami kong natutunan sa eskwela. And siguro, as a athlete, and para sa akin kasi level up to eh, pag mag-aaral ako. So, yung natutunan ko sa pag-aaral, ina-apply ko rin sa pagiging atleta ko. Kasi after ng pagiging estudyante ko, malay ba natin baka maging sports leader ako. So, matuto na akong kung paano mag-manage ng sports, di ba? Kung paano mag-manage ng NSA or sports management sa general.
Of course. I mean, malamang base sa nasasabi mo. As in, aaminin ko, Hidilyn, ako rin, nung kolehiyo ako, hirap ako sa accounting. I mean, of course, nakakasakit nga na ulo na yung mga numero, like debit, credit, yung mga revenues, mga ganito. Parang ang lawak pala ng scope ng accounting, no? And of course, mukhang maganda naman tong edukasyon na nakukuha mo, di ba? Like, it might create you an opportunity to help others. And it might also establish or further enhance yung mga advocacies mo sa buhay. And speaking of advocacies, Hidilyn, ano ang mga advocacies mo or ano ang mga advokasya mo? Go.
First, yung advocacy ko kasi weightlifter ako. So yung gusto ko is to increase awareness about weightlifting. Kaya hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin ako. Yan yung isa. Then to inspire young generation na to do sports. Tapos yung mga kababaihan din. Kaya ako nag-wear ng lipstick. Kaya hi Ma'am Gang. Kasi syempre gusto kong i-inspire mga kababaihan na ang sports ay for everyone. Ang weightlifting ay for everyone. We have to try sports. We have to try weightlifting.
Yeah, and of course, Hidilyn, ang ganda ng sinabi mo. Like, sports is for everyone, weightlifting is for everyone. Marahil saludo kami sa iyo, sa iyong advokasya. Alright, Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we want to know more about Hidilyn Diaz as well as a deeper thought about her advocacies. And I believe my fellow gold diggers would like to discuss furthermore with her. Simone, Relly, and Robbie, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Hola, Hides. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, Simon.
It's really nice to see you. And I don't know if everyone knows this. Hides is from Zamboanga, and that's something that we have in common. My family is from Zamboanga, though I grew up in Davao. So, sabi ko conversa un poquito chabacano.
¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal tú?
Muy bien. Gracias. So,
Siya ba
okay.
yung nanay mo sa likod?
Oh, that's my grandma. We kind of look alike.
Oh.
Do we look alike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. you do.
She's
Yeah.
from Pagadian, I think,
Oh.
or somewhere there. So thanks again for joining us tonight, Hides, all the way from Malaysia. So mag-rewind tayo ng konti. So weightlifting isn't exactly the usual sport a girl would get into. And as much as I hate to say it that way, but that's usually the perspective, diba? Pero paano ka pumasok sa weightlifting? Could you share with us how you got into it? And of course, given yung perspective din, how did you deal with it?
Nag-start ako sa weightlifting by curiosity lang. Nakita ko yung mga pinsan ko na ginagawa nila yung technique, weightlifting technique. Parang sabi ko, ano to? Parang masaya to ah. So, naki-join ako. Tapos, nagustuhan ko ang weightlifting. Kasi na-feel ko kasi magaling ako dun. Medyo napapantayan ko yung mga pinsan ko. Kasi pag ibang sports, medyo magaling sila. Like basketball, badminton, magaling sila. So, sa weightlifting, na-enjoy ko, napamahal ako sa weightlifting.
Yung mga pinsan mo, were they all guys or you had girls na mga cousins din na nag-weightlift?
Yung una kong pinsan na makita ko na nagbubuhat, puro lalaki, 5 lalaki sila. Tapos later on, mga nung high school na kami, yung isa kong pinsan na babae, sumali din siya ng weightlifting.
So
parang naging 3 na kami sa weightlifting.
Okay. May
Babae.
little team kayo of girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, growing up, how did your parents feel about you getting into weightlifting?
Sa totoo lang nung una, nanay ko parang ayaw niya eh. Ayaw niya na mag-weightlifting ako. Kasi nga, weightlifting, sabi niya, para sa lalaki yan. Babae ka, so sa bahay ka lang. Then, weightlifting, sabi niya sa akin, walang magkakagusto sa'yo kasi syempre, lalaki muscle mo. Sino bang di ba tawag pa nga dyan na, ano ba ang tawag doon? Matrona? Di ba, matrona? Macho girl, ganon. Yun yung tawag sa akin dati. Then, sabi din ng nanay ko na baka hindi ka mabuntis dyan. Kasi, di ba, yung may mga paniniwala tayo, pag nagbubuhat na mabigat, hindi ka mabubuntis kasi malalaglag ang matres. Pero later on, nakita niya na-enjoy ko, nung nakita niya na parang nag-excel ako sa sports, sinusuportahan na niya ako, binalhan pa niya ako ng girdle.
Nice. So, sobrang makarelate ako dun. Yung starting out na hindi, like, kasi I was in football, diba? Tapos, of course, diba, growing up in the Philippines, ayaw natin na umitim, diba? Parang, cause here, the mindset is, if you're white, you're pretty. So, diba, if you play football, you're under the sun, ganun, and then you're gonna get scars pa from your wounds. So they're like, oh, don't play. And then lalo na, it's because it's a guy sport. So, of course, growing up, did you have any, you shared with us before that, you had some insecurities that you had to deal with and you were hiding your muscles even because you thought you thought it wasn't nice for a girl to have muscles. So how was that like?
Yeah, sa totoo lang, nung lumaki ako, kinakahiya ko yung muscle ko. Kinakahiya ako na weightlifter ako. Ah, tapos ayun, tinatago ko yung muscle ko. Ayokong ipakita yung fat ng muscle ko kasi nga nahiya ako. Hanggang sa paglaki, parang nagtatago ako parati. Kasi syempre parang yung feeling ko lang na wala magkakagusto sa akin. Mga ganon, na bumabalik hanggang sa paglaki ko, yun pa rin iniisip ko na wala magkakagusto sa akin. Tapos, na-macho ako. Parang yung weightlifting, hindi nakaka-proud. Yun yung moment ko na parang, nakakahiya naman maging weightlifter. Yun yung mga moment na hanggang sa pagtanda ko. Tapos, syempre, may mga time kasi binubully ako eh. Tinatawag akong Morita. Kung nabasa niyo yung gintot pilak, mabasa niyo doon na tinatawag akong Morita, tinatawag akong macho girl, or syempre parang nakakahiya. Pero later on, nung natuto akong ma-appreciate yung sports ko, na-appreciate ko rin yung katawan ko.
I love that. But just so you know, Hides, it's sexy. The muscles are sexy. Diba? And that's proof of the hard work that you put into it. It's not easy to get muscles, diba?
That's true, yes.
And especially coming from you, who's made it all the way to the Olympics. So, everyone knows about your 2016 Olympic silver. So, big deal yun dahil it broke the 20-year drought of the Philippines sa Olympic medals. And you were part of the national team, diba, as early as 14 years old. Around that age, right? So, and you also competed in the 2012 Summer Olympics and the 2008 Summer Olympics. Dun sa 2008 Summer Olympics, you were about 17 that time. Tapos ikaw pa yung youngest sa 58 kilogram category. Pero let's go back to your 2016 silver medal finish at the Olympics. So not a lot of people know this, but you went through a big challenge before that. You had an injury sometime in 2014. And di ba, di ka nakapaglaro sa Asian Games din around that time. Tapos, so can you tell us more about that time and ano yung nakuha mo sa experience na yon?
2014. Naalala ko that time. Broken-hearted ako eh. Yun ang naalala ko. Di lang broken-hearted sa love life. Broken-hearted ako dahil hindi ako nakapaglaro sa Asian Games. May injury ako. Dahil sa injury ko sa left tendonitis. Alam nyo naman, ikaw atleta, alam mo kung gaano kahirap magkaroon ng injury. Ang hirap maglakad eh. Ang hirap maglakad, paakyat ng hagdan. Ang hirap mag-training, ang hirap mag-squat, ang hirap. Konting galaw lang, mahirap. Pero sa tingin ko, breakthrough din yun eh. Para sa akin that time, breakthrough din yun kasi naging curious ako. Naging curious ako kasi gusto kong maging magaling eh. Gusto kong maging magaling na yung tuhod ko. Gusto kong mag-excel sa sports. So, nung time na yun, naging open ako. Naging open ako pumunta ako sa doktor, nagpa-check up ako. Kasi talagang nawala na ako ng, parang downtime ko yun. Parang nawala na ako ng, direction sa buhay that time. Feeling ko kasi wala na eh. Feeling ko kasi na parang yung 2014, pawala na ako sa national team. So, feeling ko, wala na yung weightlifting. Pero that time din, naging curious ako. At that time din, nalaman ko na kung gaano kakahalaga ang weightlifting sa buhay ko. So, doon ko natutunan ang pagmamahal sa sports ko. Doon ko natutunan na mahalin ang katawan ko, yung muscle ko. Doon din ako natutong maging mas curious pa para lalong lumakas, para lalong mag-excel sa sports. So, naging open ako sa strength and conditioning, naging open ako sa sports nutritionist, naging open ako sa sports psychologist, naging open ako sa ideas ng iba't ibang tao.
Ang ganda nun kasi dark time yun eh. But you were able to, it was a bright spot, it was a silver lining that you got from that experience, diba? Tapos, because of, imagine kung you allowed yourself to drown in that dark time, you wouldn't have made it to the Olympics, right?
Yes.
And yung na-mention mo about curiosity, and that helped you move forward, because there's the tendency to be crippled, diba? Na ma-paralyze ka na, I don't want to do anything anymore, or like, I'm a failure. But instead of that, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna get better. I need to find ways to make myself better. Ganda. So, diba, nasa Malaysia ka ngayon, you training, but other than training, na-mention mo kanina na nag-aaral din ka din online para matapos mo yung business management course mo. And given din yung success mo in all the previous competitions and all that was brought about your hunger to learn and improve. But like you mentioned to us before, we won't be athletes forever. So, do you already have plans for beyond Tokyo 2021?
Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam yung plano ko after 2021. Isa din sa mga kinatatakutan ko. Pero ang alam ko, after Tokyo, kailangan kong maglaro. Kasi 4 months na lang eh. 4 months na lang, SEA Games na. So, laro na. Might as well, like, tuloy-tuloy na. Pero ang alam ko, mag-graduate ako. Kiniklaim ko na mag-graduate ako. Yung gold on the way na yon, gold medal sa Olympics on the way na yon. At hopefully na in 3 to 4 years or 2 years, sana may makakatulong sa akin na ma-spread yung weightlifting. Kasi yun talaga, at the end of the day, kaya ako nandito is para ma-spread talaga ang weightlifting. Kaya lumalaban pa rin ako. And isang pinaglalaban ko rin yung Team HD. Kaya nandito pa rin ako lumalaban. Kasi talagang gusto ko din sabihin sa sports leader natin sa lahat ng Pilipino, we cannot do it alone. Kailangan natin ng kasama.
Sakto.
Yes. So, kung ano yung plano ko after Olympics, sa totoo lang, wala pa akong masyadong concrete plan. Pero ang gusto ko is makapag-aral at ma-spread ang weightlifting all over the Philippines.
Yes, you're so focused din now with training and schooling din kasi. But I love that. You mentioned yung Team Hidilyn Diaz, Team HD. And that's something that Robbie will expound more on. And saktong-sakto din, because you said you can't do it alone. So, Robbie, would you like to add to that?
Yes, so thanks, Sim. So, I love the entire conversation so far. So, ang nakuha ko so far was, basically, Hidilyn has, it's curiosity that really drove Hidilyn to be her best, no? From discovering the sport, and eventually improving herself and finding about more things to help her improve her game, no? Kagaya na sinabi ni Heights earlier, yung strength and conditioning program niya, and then eventually her desire to complete her studies, no? So I admire that. And so para sa akin lang, Heights, no? Balik lang tayo dun sa una mo nabanggit tungkol sa yung mga challenges mo growing up. So marami kang naranasan na hadlang at hirap nung nagsimula ka sa journey mo bilang weightlifter, kung saan mo napairal yung other strengths mo na nabanggit mo, kagaya ng mental and emotional strength mo, psychological strength mo. But apart from this, during our pre-discussion, may nabanggit ka eh. So how were you able to power through these challenges that you had, apart from what you already mentioned?
Ano ba? Gusto ko lang din sabihin, kasi last year, kung malaman nyo, kasi parang ang daming bash, ang daming, pati tatay ko na natag na parang Yun. Parang, ayun, kinonek ako sa pag-oust daw kay Sir President. Tapos, basta ang dami kong pinagdaanan last year. Tapos, yung naghihingi ako ng suporta sa sponsors. Kasi talagang mahirap. Mahirap yung daan patungong Olympics. Which is, yung iba, hindi kasi nila naintindihan na Olympics to eh. Hindi madaling manalo sa Olympics. Kaya hanggang ngayon, wala pa rin nananalo ng gold sa Olympics. Kasi nga, hindi siya madali. Ay, yan yung gusto kong i-share na pinagdaanan ko rin. Yung experience ko naman, 2008, 2012, 2016, ang dami ko na rin pinagdaanan eh. So, mentally, okay ako, pero emotionally, kailangan ko ng support from my families, from Team HD, from the fans, supporters.
I like what you said. No? So just to share, kasi napag-usapan namin ni Hidilyn prior was that yung suporta ng kanyang pamilya eventually and yung suporta ng Team Philippines basically dun sa rallying behind her in all of her Olympic endeavor, in all of her athletic endeavors, no? Behind your Olympic campaign. Kaya ka nanalo, nabanggit mo sa amin na talagang nakakatulong yung suporta ng pamilya mo at ng Team HD at ng Team Philippines basically. So, doon din sa pre-discussion natin, we've also found out, and Simone talked about it earlier, na isa sa pinakamalaking hamon mo sa weightlifting journey mo, yung injury mo. Kung saan mo na simulang buuin yung Team HD. So, can you tell us more about Team HD and why you put that together? Why did you think na this was your proper next step?
Kasi, di ba, lumaban ako sa Olympics. Sa totoo lang, parang ako lang mag-isa nandun. Hindi ko kasama yung strength and conditioning coach ko doon. Actually, that time, may injury pa ako. Yung shoulder ko. Bakit ako nag-form ng Team HD? Kasi hindi ko kaya mag-isa. Kung isipin natin na parang, madali lang yan. Pagdating sa laro, makita nyo, ako lang nandun. Pero sa likod nun, maraming tao. May tatlong coach ako doon, dapat na nagka-count ng numbers. So sila yung nagka-count kung ilan yung kalaban, kung ilan ang ipapasok ko. Tapos yung isang coaches, babantayan yung loading ko sa snatch or clean and jerk, titignan. Kasi may timing dapat eh. Pag wala ka sa timing, bagsak. Tapos yung isa is si Ma'am Jeanette Aro. Siya yung sports nutritionist ko. Bakit siya nandun? Kasi crucial yung laro. 2 hours before ng laro, weigh-in. So, kailangan kong makuha yung 55 kilograms. Tapos, kailangan kong makarecover 2 hours. So, kaya, binibigyan niya ako ng recovery drinks. Ano man yung mga mixture niya. Siya yung magaling dun. Siyempre, ako as an athlete, di ko na pwedeng isipin na ito yung mixture ko, ito yung kailangan kong mag-drop ng weight, kailangan ng ganito. Hindi, as an athlete din na parang ako pa ba yung mag-iisip, di ba? Ako yung mag-iisip sa warm-up ako, yung numbers ng warm-up ko, tapos mag-iisip din sa warm-up numbers, tapos yung paano magta-timing. Medyo mahirap yun. Tapos sa training din, preparation. So paano din yung mental preparation ko? Pagdating sa laro, kailangan talaga mentally prepared ako. Tapos yung pagkain ko, syempre hindi lang naman sa laro yun eh. Kailangan before that, 3 months before, prepared na ako. Kailangan handang-handa, nagpe-prepare na ako sa conditioning, training. Hindi ko kayang isipin lahat ng program ko ako, di ba? So kailangan ko ng tulong. Kahit nga i-strengthen ko lang yung small muscles ko, kailangan ko ng strength and conditioning coach ko. Tapos yung weightlifting naman, hindi ko naman pwede na, 'di ba? Titignan ko 'yung sarili kong technique na ako lang magbubuhat, tapos ako magko-coach mismo sa sarili ko. So kailangan ko talaga ng feedback from other people, guidance, yung company, good company from them. Yung sa nanay ko naman, gusto kong i-share na before Olympics, talagang grabe yung prayers ng nanay ko. hanggang ngayon, grabe yung rosary niya. So thankful talaga ako sa nanay ko.
I like that, no? Kasi what people don't realize, especially in sports, is all of the hard work. Kasi ang nakikita na nga lang nila yung pag nakasalang na on the stage, right?
Yes.
So, I like what you shared also kasi na hindi rin naintindihan ng some people who are not into sports is the amount of support that goes behind one particular player. So, nabanggit mo rin na weightlifting is one of those sports na yung entourage mo, definitely, mas malakas dun sa mismong representatives ng country. Kasi nga, sila yung tumutulong sa'yo behind the scenes. And of course, yun sa nabanggit mo earlier on how much it takes to support your journey. Kasi nga, you mentioned this earlier na last year you were requesting from some external support for your program. Kasi, and I believe in this, kasi nga it takes, for an athlete to get to the next level, then you will be needing professional level or next level support and expertise to bring you to that level. And yun yung dinadala ng Team HD. So nabanggit mo yung some of the members of Team HD. Can you please introduce your teammates on Team HD and tell us what they do for you so far?
Ang Team HD composed of Coach Gao, yung Chinese coach ko, weightlifting coach. Then, strength and conditioning coach ko is Coach Julius. Tapos, sports nutritionist, Ma'am Jeanette Aro. Sports psychologist, Ma'am Karen Trinidad. Natividad.
Right. So, so this is the team that, has effectively helped you reach your best finish so far in the Olympics, and hoping that yung continued support nila will help you achieve your vision or your goals at 2021, no? So, related to keeping good company, and I like what you said so far on having your family there to support you and having your Team HD to support you as well. So parang it reminds me of it takes a village to raise a child, or in this case, it takes a village to raise a champion. So it's very timely because in this pandemic, one of the advocacies that you support is the Dream Project. That eventually led you to this partnership that you have with Anvil Publishing House. So first, can you tell us first about what you did before for the Dream Project, and then tell us what you're doing now with Anvil Publishing House?
Sa totoo lang, before Olympics, talagang ang pangarap ko talaga is to inspire the young generation. Yun yung parang naging advocacy ko. Before Olympics, parang yun yung naging inspiration ko. Naikwento ko yun sa inyo na gusto ko na mag-give up, parang ayoko na nung time na 2014. Pero nung nakita ko yung mga bata na, nung tinuturuan ko sila ng weightlifting, parang nakita ko yung smile nila, nakita ko yung inspiration that time na parang gusto din nilang maging weightlifter. Sabi ko, gagawin ko to, mag-Olympics ako para sa kanila. So, after that, na-build ko yung, after winning Olympics, after 1 year, na-build ko yung Hidilyn Diaz weightlifting gym sa Mampang. So, nandun mga bata, nagte-training. Syempre, after winning Olympics, what's next? Sino yung, alam mo yung, gusto kong i-share yung kwento sa buong Pilipino, sa mga bata. Ito, totoo nangyari kay Ate Hidilyn. From nothing to silver medalist and gold medalist soon. Ganun, no? Kine-claim na. Gusto kong ikwento, pero ayun nga, good thing, nag-partner kami ni Anvil, na-finalize yung ginto pilak. Para sa akin, oo, pilak yun, pero para sa atin, Pilipino, ginto yun eh. Ang hirap manalo ng medal sa Olympics. So, ayun nga, with the help of Anvil Publishing, mas naging wide ang target ko. Hindi na lang ngayon Zamboanga, hindi lang weightlifting, kung hindi lahat ng mga young generation, mga bata. Pwede pang sa buong mundo eh.
Exactly, and that's what I like about yun sa ginawa mo with Anvil, no? So, putting your life story together in a book really helps get the message out there in a broader way, no? And siguro just to give an idea sa audience natin on what was discussed before with Hidilyn and her participation in the Dream Project, what she did was she gave a talk on how to inspire the youth nga. And if correct me if I'm wrong, Hidilyn, pero yung sa Dream Project kasi, some of the people who put the project together found out that Filipino tweens or children are already watering down their dreams. Eh. So they're not dreaming as they're not as aspirational as they used to be. So Hidilyn's life mission, as she mentioned, was to try to inspire the kids once again to reach for the stars. Kaya dun sa libro, she told her life story. And I like yung title ng libro, no? So, pilak man na napanalunan ni Hidilyn dun sa journey, and her Olympic journey so far, naniniwala ako na tama, ginto nga ito para sa Pilipinas. Kasi nga, you cannot imagine the amount of hard work that goes into an endeavor, like especially in a weightlifting individual event in the Olympics. So for that, I salute you talaga. And again, thank you very much kasi parang na-draw mo yung importance ng having partners really on your journey to become a champion. So I sincerely appreciate that. Thanks, Hidilyn. So we can move on to Relly. Relly, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. So I really like how this whole second conversation came out. No? Yung importance nga of having a team down to your family, all the way to kung sino man yung elements or yung what will help you perform, di ba? Yung moral support. Yan talaga importante. And of course, hides yung, inspiring the young kids, no? Kasi parang, we always believe in that, inspiration, aspiration. Yan talaga yan yung motives natin for sports, di ba? And to all our viewers, so far, these are simple values that she does, or simple things that she does, but it validates everything because she's an Olympian. She's a silver medalist. That anything is possible, right? So this is something that we take into heart. So Heights, pag-usapan naman natin yung let's say pagdating sa performance or pagdating sa training, diba? Kasi I think yung last conversation natin, we talked about how the mental demands of weightlifting differs greatly from all other sports. For example, diba, basketball, sa football, alam natin kasi pag nagpe-prepare yung teams natin, alam nilang they're about to play numerous games sa group stages tapos mahaba yung laro, 'di ba? Pero for a competition, yung like sa'yo, it only lasts minutes, 'di ba? Parang knowing that magkamali ka lang ng isang segundo, just one second, isang dalaw lang, magkaroon ka lang ng self-doubt, 'di ba? It's all over. Diba? So just like what you said, 1 second of doubt is no lift. So how do you stay mentally focused, or how do you break through that challenge?
For me, it's also hi, good evening. Sorry, inuna ko yung sagot, no? Para sa akin, experience din. Kasi syempre, for how many years na ako sa Olympics, weightlifting, sa 2008, 2012, ang dami ko ng pinagdaanan, ang dami ko ng failures, and also preparation. Kasi hindi ka naman mag-perform ng maayos doon sa platform kung hindi ka prepared. And for me, it's like believing in yourself din. Kasi pag nandun ka, kung magda-doubt ka, meaning hindi ka naniniwala sa sarili mo. So may doubt ka, hindi ka naniniwala kasi wala kang preparasyon. Pero kung prepared ka, maniniwala ka sa sarili mo, good leap yun. So, kailangan talaga ng preparasyon. Then, yun nga, sabi ko, experience talaga kasi nga, mahirap i-break. Ang dami ding trauma eh. Kasi sasabihin ko sa'yo, last year, nagkaroon ako ng trauma sa snatch. Nag-snatch ako like World Championship to. Ikakwento ko lang na sa World Championship, nag-93 kilos. Alam kong malakas ako that time. Sobrang lakas ko na. Kaso na-distract ako eh. Na-distract ako sa mga kalaban, na out of focus ako. Hindi ko nagawa ng maayos, first and second, tapos yung third, nagawa ko. Pero syempre parang sayang. Sayang yung preparation ko, nagawa ko mas mahigit pa sa laro, sa training, tapos pagdating dito. So at the end of the day, I have to enjoy the moment as well. Kasi pag masyado kang focus, masyado ka ding eager, kailangan pa rin yung nasa gitna lang eh. Prepared ka, kailangan kalmado pa. At naniniwala ka sa sarili mo. Siguro yun yung iniisip ko. Tapos iniisip ko rin yung technique ko. Kasi kung wala kang direction, kung wala kang, kasi parang public speaking din yan eh. Kung wala kang yung, parang yung guide mo, mawawala ka eh. Saan-saan ka magsasalita, di ba? Pag sa weightlifting din, kung hindi ko alam anong gagawin ko, syempre, bulilyaso lahat.
That's right. So preparation talaga is key, di ba? I mean, cliche as it sounds, di ba? Failure to prepare, you prepare to fail. Parang ganun. But of course, I think with every athlete, gaya lang sinabi mo, di ba? You have to strike that balance din, di ba? Na huwag masyadong focused, pero at the same time, you know, you have to relax and you have to enjoy what you're doing. Kasi yun lang eh. Pag hindi ka nag-i-enjoy, pag masyadong seryoso, na-apekto rin yung ano mo, yung psyche mo eh. I mean, your performance is also it is. So that's I like that. I like how you share that experience, no. Ngayon, so let's say for example, yung let's say sa Olympics, 'di ba? Alam nating or competitions, 'di ba? Bago ka before you step on stage, 'di ba? Nasa backstage kayo, 'di ba? You're all warming up and preparing, 'di ba? Kamusta yung atmosphere doon, 'di ba? Usually ba kasi kasama mo yung mga ibang atleta eh, di ba? So, how is it? Parang madami bang trash talking dyan? Nagsa-psych out na lahat? So, how do you, ano yung experience?
Ang likod kasi, nung last na World Championship 2017, bagong mukha ang nakita ko. So, parang hindi ko alam kung paano ko i-handle. So, yung iba sumisigaw, grabe yung sigaw. Talagang grabe yung sigaw. Pati ako nasisindak eh. Every time na magli-live, nagsisindak. Nasisindak ako. Parang, ano ba to? Grabe, dalawa yon. Dalawa sila taga-ibang bansa. So, yung pressure sa likod, mas mataas. Mataas talaga yung pressure. Tinginan yan. Pero ako, talagang focus ako dito. Ito. Pero yung mga coaches ko, tinitignan. Ito. Tapos yung syempre yung mga kalaban ko, tinitignan kasi ako. Kasi parang sunod ako sa China eh. Sunod ako sa malalakas. Wow, malalakas. Sunod ako sa malalakas. So, tinitingnan nila ako. So, ako, alam kong kaya ko. Confident ako. So, kahit maingay sila, kahit anong sigaw nila, although napasindak ako that time, na-pressure ako, at gusto kong talunin yung China that time, wala eh. Ganun sa laro. Hindi mo masasabi ang resulta hanggat wala pang resulta. Hindi mo masasabi yung numbers mo sa training hanggat wala kang resulta sa laro.
Correct.
Kasi at the end of the day, magka-count pa rin yung numbers sa laro.
That's right.
Magka-count pa rin yung medal.
Pero Heights, another question. Ano yung saan ka mas komportable? Kung mas alam mo kung sino yung kalaban mo or yung hindi mo kilala? Kasi let's say for some of us, pag hindi ko kilala yung athlete, mas okay sa akin yun eh. Parang kasi hindi ko kilala eh. Di ba? Parang fair play. Dan nakalaro mo na, alam mo na yung laro niya, either mas magaling siya or mas mahina. Mas nakakanerdos pa nga yan eh.
Para sa akin, mas gusto kong alam ko kung sinong kalaban ko. Kasi pag hindi ko alam, kailangan kong i-search kung anong numbers ito para mas dagdag kumpiyansa yun sa akin. Kasi pag wala siyang, okay, bata to, so okay. Kasi, syempre, it takes time to be a champion. So, alam ko, pag bata to, okay, medyo matagal pa itong maging malakas. So, alam ko kung saan ako yung ranking ko. So, mas komportable ako na kilala ko yung kalaban ko. Alam ko yung weakness nila. So, alam ko kung saan ako dapat papasok. Alam ko kung saan ako palakasin yung training ko. Kasi sa totoo lang, China, ang dami nilang athlete. around 4. Sa ranking 4, 5th ako. So, isa lang ang dadalhin nila. Tapos nakita ko yung isa, naglaro ngayong October. So, medyo pangit yung number. Sabi ko, yung dalawa. So, ano na yung pag-aaralan ko? So, kung itong isa, magiging kalaban ko, hindi siya ganun kalakas sa snatch. So, buwelo ako sa snatch, tapos sa clean and jerk, malakas siya. So, kailangan palakasin ko yung, so may strategy pagdating sa training, pagdating sa laro. So, mas okay pa rin kilala ko.
Ito pa rin. So, may scouting pa rin, di ba? And of course, I mean, you have your team behind you to do the scouting and the research for you para at least, magkakaroon ka ng inputs, di ba, towards this. That's good. So, again, preparation and scouting, I think, is key to performing your best, no?
Gusto ko lang po i-answer ulit. Okay lang ba? I-answer ko yung number 1 ulit.
Of course.
Kasi, pagdating kasi sa platform, di ba, parang, syempre, kinakabahan ako, tapos, 1 second of doubt, no lift. So, kailangan pa rin ng consistency. Consistency sa buhat, consistency sa technique. So, before that, months before, kailangan okay na yung technique, consistent na, nakukuha mo na.
Correct. Parang it has to be parang second nature na sa'yo yan, di ba? So, yung bawat parang, tawag doon, muscle memory na lang yan, yung
yes, muscle memory.
Muscle memory is what you're talking about. Okay, I like that.
Yes.
So my last question, Hides. Okay, so nabanggit mo kanina na nasa Melaka ngayon training, 'di ba? For the 2021 Olympics. Parang it's as if na parang training never stops and continued on immediately after the 2016 Olympics, focusing on the next competition. Parang how do you continue to stay on track? Nakapagpahinga ka ba? Parang or ilang days lang, okay, focus na tayo, di ba? Parang let's say for example, kukumpara natin sa NBA, di ba? LeBron James kakapanalo lang ng Lakers. I think next day nasa gym na nag-workout, di ba? Parang ready na for the next day. So how do you stay consistent, di ba? Kasi mahalaga rin yung consistency para sa iyo eh.
Sa totoo lang mahirap. Kaya idol ko yung ibang atleta like magagaling Michael Phelps. Talagang bakit na-maintain nila, 'di ba? Ang hirap na ma-maintain, mahirap maging champion, pero yun nga, kailangan maging consistent Consistent sa training, consistent sa diet, consistent sa disiplina, sa tulog, sa recovery. Nandito ako sa Melaka ngayon kasi nga alam ko yung feeling na pag wala akong training for 1 week, 2 weeks, back to zero ako ulit.
Mm-hmm.
Ang ganda ng numbers ko before lockdown. Nakukuha ko na yung personal record ko. Tapos bigla na lang, di ba, walang training for 2 weeks, 1 week. Back to zero ako at hindi ko na alam kung paano ako magbubuhat. Hindi na ganun kaganda yung technique ko. Like for example, di ba lockdown sa Kuala Lumpur. So may mga kasama din ako dito na for 2 weeks wala silang training. Tapos pumunta siya dito ngayon. Ngayon nahihirapan siya. Nahihirapan siya mag-training, nahihirapan siya magbuhat kahit lightweight lang. So, ngayon naintindihan mo bakit kailangan consistent pa rin sa training. Kasi mahirap. Mahirap na lalo sa weightlifting, pagbalik mo after 3 days, back to zero ka ulit. At ayoko yun na mangyari sa akin. Kasi nakikita ko rin at nararamdaman ko rin yung ano magiging resulta kung wala akong training. Tapos nakikita ko sa mga bata na walang consistent yung training nila, then that will lead them to injury.
That's right.
Tapos nakikita ko yung potential nila, ang galing, ang ganda ng athletic yung katawan, sobrang talented, ang ganda ng technique. Pero yung training, hindi siya consistent. So, pag hindi ka consistent, syempre, malilit ka sa injury. Tapos, may mga time na inuunahan ka ng mga hindi magagaling, pero nagte-training araw-araw. Like ako, nung pumunta siya dito, this week lang, yung training niya medyo hindi maganda. Ako, nag-PPR na ako. Parang, 'Di ba? Iba yung karera eh. Parang pag nasa con ka na, ako consistent, continuous, nag-stop ka. Syempre, mauna talaga ako. Mahirap na sa'yo humabol. Malayo na ako eh.
Yeah, so I guess that's the realities, 'di ba? Yung reality talaga of being an elite athlete, 'di ba? Parang with the objective of actually, achieving, very high success na hindi talaga pwede. You can't stop 'di ba? Kailangan you have to be disciplined to be able to train as much as you can, 'di ba? I think pero heights kailangan din yung wag lang ma-burn out, 'di ba? Na parang wag na tayo mapagod.
Yes.
Be enough rest also. So,
Kailangan din yun.
kailangan din talaga. There has to be a balance.
Tapos siguro, yung gusto ko rin sabihin na I really love food. Gustong-gusto kong kumain. Pag lumalabas ako, parang gusto kong umiyak. Pero iniisip ko, bakit ako nandito? Ang iniisip ko parate, bakit ba ako nandito? Kasi minsan talagang nagtatanong ako sa sarili ko, bakit parang lahat na lang, wala, hindi ako pwede kumain ng ganito. Parang iniisip ko, bakit ako nandito? Kasi mahal kong weightlifting, kasi may pangarap ako for the Philippines, and I really want to win the gold.
And I just like to say that you are on the right track, Hides, and you are
That's really
inspiring. You are inspiring a lot of people right now, including us here. So thank you for answering our questions. No, so I'd like to turn it over now to Carlos.
All right. So, Hidilyn, ang ganda ng kwento mo. As in, naka-inspire talaga. Sabi nga ni Gang Badoy Kapati, ang galing mo magkwento. Lalo na yung punto na mahalin ang katawan ko. Yun yung pinaka nakaka-inspire sa kanya or yung mensahe na nakaka-touch sa kanya. So anyway, Hidilyn, may mga ilang tanong na gusto kong tanungin sa iyo. Of course, I mean, isa kang inspirasyon, isa kang Olympian, isa kang atleta na maari maging isang pinuno sa mga susunod na henerasyon o maging role model sa mga susunod na henerasyon. So unang tanong, Hidilyn, sa pananaw mo or sa perspektibo mo, paano ba maging isang Olympian na kagaya mo?
paano ba maging isang Olympian kagaya ko? Siyempre, una, kailangan nila mangarap eh. Then, second, kailangan nilang, mangarap, maging curious sila kung ano yung kailangan nilang, maging curious sila kung paano sila maging malakas. Then, they have to work hard. Continuously work hard and train smart. Then, they have to be committed sa training. Tapos, kailangan nila ng good company. Hindi nila kaya mag-isa. Olympics yan. Kailangan nila ng kasama.
Right, of course. Nabanggit mo nga yan kanina sa mga ilang sa pagkikwento mo sa iba't ibang miyembro ng Gold Diggers. Like, of course, company, kailangan mo ng determinasyon. And, Hidilyn, maraming atleta na kagaya namin dito sa Gold Diggers na gusto maging Olympian. Pero, hindi talaga naging bahagi ng buhay natin na maging atleta. So, nais ko lang malaman, ano ang yung mga best parts of being an Olympian? Or ano yung mga bagay na na-enjoy mo as an Olympian?
Ano ba yung mga bagay na enjoy? Siguro na-enjoy ko being an Olympian is yung proseso. Yung mahirap na proseso patong Olympics. Yung journey. Kasi mahirap talaga. You have to compete like 5 competitions. You have to cry 5 times or more than that. Kasi mahirap ang competition. Kailangan mag-drop at the same time. Kailangan lumakas. So, yung journey. Tapos naalala ko, pagpasok ko sa Athletes Village, yung feeling na, sa wakas, nandito na ako. Yung feeling na yun. Tapos makita ko yung mga si Bolt, makita ko yung mga superstar na atleta doon sa iisang lugar kami, parang nakaka-starstruck.
Sabi mo nga, like, iba ang karanasan kapag nakita mo na yung nasa Olympics ka, nasa isang malaking stadium ka na, halos lahat manonood sa iyo. Like yung athletes village mismo, like boom, parang wow, nakakasilaw na talaga. And of course,
Yes.
ikwento mo nga kanina, like para makamit mo yan, para makamit mo yung level na yan, kailangan mo ng tiyaga, sipag, consistency. I mean, of course, yun ang mga bagay na makakatulong sa mga gusto maging katulad mo. Like gaya nga sinabi ni Karen Katrina Trinidad, na ikaw bilang atleta na isang hardworking, na isang resilient, na isang inspirasyon para sa mga nagnanais na maging atleta katulad mo. And of course, Hidilyn, napansin ko, sa buhay mo, yung tamang mindset, yung sikretong, yung dakilang sikreto mo para makamit mo yung pangarap na makamit ang medalya para sa Pilipinas, yung pagiging pinuno or leader sa mga gusto maging atleta. And yung sa mindset mo yun, parang may napulot akong 3 payo na maaring makakatulong sa mga nanonood natin ngayon. So ito ang natutunan ko sa iyo, Hidilyn, o yung summary. Una sa lahat, curiosity. Kailangan bukas or malawak yung pukaw ng isipan mo na malaman ang iba't ibang bagay. Kasi of course, kung open-minded ka, marami kang matutunan eh. And of course, it could actually help you sa buhay mo. Like, mag-i-improve ka ng todo dahil sa curiosity na naranasan mo. Second, company, pamilya, or yung mga natutunan mo sa pamilya mo or sa mga kaibigan mo. Yung motivation nila na nakaka-push sa'yo, nakaka-engganyo sa'yo para gawin mo ng mabuti ang lahat ng bagay na gusto mo gawin sa buhay. And of course, we can clearly see that. Nung una, parang nagdududa pa yung magulang mo, pero ngayon, buong puso't na sinusuportahan ka. Tapos yung pinakamahalaga, consistency. Consistency. Parang hindi sapat na okay lang na magkaroon ka ng mga off days, pero kailangan na the next day itself na ipagpursigi mo pa, or kung ano yung mga bagay na kailangan mong or yung mga kahinaan mo sa buhay, kailangan mong ipagtugunan yan hanggat maabot mo yung level na gusto mo. So, ang ganda. 3 C's para sa mga manonood: curiosity, company, and consistency. All right. So, of course, Hidilyn Diaz, thank you so much for that wonderful interview. Pero hindi pa tapos ang lahat, Hidilyn, kasi may isa pang segment tayo ngayon, aka Hidilyn, Crunch Time! And malamang mukhang handa ka ngayon. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is Crunch Time or ano ang Crunch Time? Well, very simple. Crunch Time is we're going to be asking Hidilyn some simple questions. And she's going to respond with some sort of minimalist answers. No need for explanations. And Hidilyn, okay ka na? Ready ka na?
I don't know.
So, okay. Ipagdasal ko na sana hindi masira yung internet mo sa hirap ng tanong na maaari mong masubaybayan. All right, so okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Simulan natin sa sports-related na tanong. Hidilyn, cardio or weights?
Weights.
Weights. Okay, next. CrossFit or yoga?
Wala. Yoga na lang ata.
Yoga na lang. Okay, next. Dumbbell or kettlebell?
Kettlebell.
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 Kettlebell. Ay, mali pala yung
Lahat
pronunciation.
naman ginagamit ko eh. Lahat ginagamit ko. Mas gusto ko kettlebell.
Kettlebell, okay. So mali pronunciation, kettlebell pala. Okay, next. Strength or flexibility?
Kailangan ko parehas eh. Pero, syempre, strength.
Strength. Okay, next. Squats or deadlifts?
Kailangan ko rin parehas. Ano ba? Paborito or
Preferred or paborito? Go lang.
um paborito ko parehas eh. Hirap ng tanong eh.
Oo nga
Um
eh.
Deadlift siguro. Mas malakas
Deadlifts.
ako doon.
Okay, next. Snatch or weight training?
Parang parehas yun. Syempre, snatch. Para sa akin,
Snatch.
snatch. Ay,
Snatch. Okay.
nag-explain ako, sorry.
Sige, okay, next. Eliza Valdez or Gretchen Ho?
Parehas sila eh. Ateneo.
Okay. Pili ka na isa. Pili ka na.
Gretchen Ho.
Gretchen Ho. Okay. Ito, Hidilyn. Final question na sports related. Beijing, London, or Rio?
Rio.
Rio. Okay. Okay, next. Punta naman tayo sa non-sports related questions. Okay, first, Jollibee or McDonald's? Wala.
McDonald's na lang. Ay, hindi. Ano ba? Wala eh. Pero, pwede na McDonald's.
McDonald's. Okay, kala ko mag-KFC kayo. Okay, next.
Oo nga eh.
Okay, next. Preferred cheat day, sleeping or eating?
Eating.
Eating. Okay, next. Binanggit mo nga yun kanina eh. Okay, next. Meat or veggies?
Parehas kailangan eh. Rice.
Rice. Okay. Alright. Nice one there. Okay. Next. Short hair or long hair?
Mas gusto ko short hair.
Mas gusto mo short hair. Okay. Alright, next. Favorite lipstick color?
Marami eh, pero red.
Red. Okay, next. Siargao or Boracay?
Parehas maganda. Pero Boracay.
Boracay. Okay,
Pero
next.
parehas maganda. Mm-mm.
Okay, next. Malakas or maganda?
Malakas at maganda.
Malakas
Malakas
at
at maganda.
Hindi mo pwedeng ipaghiwalayan. Or
Malakas
wala
at
kang preference.
maganda.
Malakas at maganda lang talaga. Okay.
Malakas at maganda ako.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Crunch time is over. But of course, before we wrap things up, we do have our final messages. Simone, Relly, Robbie, and Hidilyn, tell us what we have in store. Go ahead.
Guys, first of all, Hidilyn, thank you very much for guesting tonight. We've learned a lot from you. And of course, we've been inspired by you. And I hope our viewers have been inspired as well. So catch us in the next 3 weeks where we will have UP football coach Anto Gonzalez, Olympian marathoner Mary Joy Tabal, and of course we'll also get into esports. We will have Ren Vitug and Ralph Aligada. So please tune in. We will get the exact schedule, but you wouldn't want to miss them. So thank you very much. Thank you, Hidilyn.
So it's such a pleasure to have Hidilyn Diaz with us tonight. A very small percentage of the population has the chance to represent the country as an athlete, and an even smaller percentage of those athletes get to be Olympians. So muchas gracias, Hides, for being with us today and sharing your story and your advocacy. All the best to you and Team HD. So thanks for joining us again, teammates. We hope you could share with us on Facebook your thoughts and what you learned from this episode and tag the Gold Diggers PH. Or you could simply share our posts or comment on our video uploads on Facebook and YouTube. So we'd love to hear from you guys. So please don't hesitate to send us a message. And of course, we can't end today's episode without thanking someone dear to many of us. Thank you, Sir Rico Navarro, for your influence on us and your contribution to Philippine sports. We already miss you. So teammates, stay safe and cherish every moment with your loved ones. Your RDV.
Thanks, Sim. So thank you very much to our guest, no, Hidilyn. So we know you're very busy, pero naglaan ka pa rin ng konting panahon para sa amin, para matuto rin kami from you, from your very rich experience. And we really honor that because, learning from an Olympian and one of the most relevant athletes in the country to date is really important, especially to inspire the youth, kagaya na sinabi niya. And we believe in you and we hope you the best in all of your future endeavors. So the best of luck to you. So teammates, thank you for following the Gold Diggers so far. Our fundraising continues with Pitch in PH. So please follow our Facebook page and read up about our project so you can learn how we can help more sports people who are affected in this pandemic. So please make sure to follow the Gold Diggers for more of our inspiring and more episodes where you can learn a lot. So going now to our dear guest, Ms. Hidilyn Diaz. Hidilyn, take it away.
Hi, thank you so much, Gold Diggers, for inviting me here. Na-enjoy ko yung session with you. Thank you so much also sa mga sumuporta at nanood, Ma'am Gang, Gab. And hopefully marami silang natutunan, marami kayo natutunan din. And yeah, na-miss ko din si Sir Rico. So sobrang grateful ako na na-meet ko si Sir Rico and ang dami ko din natutunan sa kanya. So sa lahat ng mga nanonood, stay safe. Continue pa rin sa ginagawa natin. Consistent pa rin kung ano man yung pangarap natin sa buhay and be curious in life. Thank you so much and see you soon.
Maraming salamat, Hidilyn. Of course, it's a huge honor to have you as our guest in the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, that ends our session for today. Once again, my name is Carlos Pineda, and this is Gold Diggers. Remember to dream, dig in, and win. See you next time on our next episode.
Thank you so much.
Ganda.